Good morning students. So last class we have discussed about exchange of gases. So we have seen that Lavoisier and Priestley scientists, they have conducted several experiments to know about respiration, which type of gas is being inhaled and which type of gas is being exhaled, what are the gases which are involved in respiration. Like this they have conducted several experiments and they have found that oxygen is required for inhalation and carbon dioxide is released during exhalation. So what they used to call breathing air, oxygen they used to call oxygen as breathing air and carbon dioxide as fixed air. So normal air minus breathing air is vitiated air, which consists of, so vitiated air is the air which is not having oxygen. Okay, vitiated air is the air which does not have oxygen. So this was the last class discussion. Now we will discuss about the respiration in animals. How does the steps? First we will discuss the steps. There is one activity regarding the breathing and we will see the pathway, how the air travels from nose to lungs. Then we will discuss how does it happens. So let's first discuss the events or steps in the respiration. What are the steps involved in the respiration in human body? Okay. First step is breathing. So we have discussed breathing is the first step of respiration. So breathing is nothing but here inhalation and exhalation. So inhalation and exhalation is nothing but breathing. Now gas is exchanged at lungs level. So now when you are breathing, the air enters your lungs. Now your lungs are filled with air. Lungs are the air to fill aipedi. Now what happens inside the lungs దగ్గర, suppose this is your lung. Yeah, this is your lungs. So now the air is being filled. Inhalation chesaru. Now you have inhaled air. The lungs are filled with air. Okay. Now what happened? Gases exchanged at lungs level occur. Means the lungs now is filled with air. So the blood will come to the lungs and it will take the oxygen present in the lungs and it will give whatever carbon dioxide present in it to the lungs. Okay, now blood will come from the body parts. So mana body parts, mana cells lo em so in our cells carbon dioxide is present because cell organelles are working and they are doing some activities and they are liberating carbon dioxide. So inside the cell we have carbon dioxide. So this carbon dioxide is carried by the blood. Where it will carry to the lungs. Inside the lungs it is filled with air. So this air consists of oxygen. So what it do? Blood will give its carbon dioxide to the lungs and it will take the oxygen present in the lungs and it will go and give it to the cell. It will again give it to the cell so that the cells will perform different functions and again release carbon dioxide. So this carbon dioxide, now the carbon dioxide has entered into the lungs. It will be sent out by exhalation process. Okay, it will be sent out by exhalation process. That's what gases exchange at lungs level means. Gases exchange between lungs and the blood. The blood will bring carbon dioxide from the cells and it will give to lungs. From lungs it will take oxygen and go again to the cells. Okay, this is the gases exchange at lungs level. Now if you see, lungs lo air fill ayi untadi. Manam inhalation chestunnappudu air is filled in the lungs. ఆ లంగ్స్ లో ఇప్పుడు మనకు ఆక్సిజన్ ఉంది. సో ఈ ఆక్సిజన్ని ఎవరు తీసుకెళ్తారు? బ్లడ్ తీసుకుని సెల్స్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. అయితే సెల్స్ లోపల యాక్టివిటీస్ జరుగుతాయి కదా, సెల్ ఆర్గనల్స్ దే విల్ వర్క్, చాలా వర్క్స్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాయి, ప్రొడ్యూస్ ఎనర్జీ, ఫుడ్ని బ్రేక్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాయి అండ్ ఏటీపీ రిలీజ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాయి. అలాంటి టైంలో కార్బన్ డైఆక్సైడ్ రిలీజ్ అవుతుంది. ఆ కార్బన్ డైఆక్సైడ్ని తీసుకుని మళ్ళీ వచ్చేసి లంగ్స్కి ఇచ్చేస్తుంది. ఇప్పుడు ఈ కార్బన్ డైఆక్సైడ్ లంగ్స్లో నుంచి ఎగ్జలేషన్ ద్వారా బయట అట్మాస్ఫియర్లోకి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది అనమాట. సో దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ గ్యాసెస్ ఎక్స్చేంజ్ ఎట్ లంగ్స్ లెవెల్. నెక్స్ట్ గ్యాస్ ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ బై బ్లడ్. సో లంగ్స్ నుంచి వాట్ గ్యాస్ ఫ్రమ్ లంగ్స్, the blood from lungs. So from lungs the blood is transporting the oxygen. Blood is carrying. So gas transport by blood means blood is carrying the oxygen to each and every part of your body. ఇక్కడ నా ఈ ఫింగర్, సపోజ్ ఈ ఫింగర్ కి బ్లడ్ వస్తుంది కదా, బ్లడ్ విల్ బ్రింగ్ ద ఆక్సిజన్. ఈ ఫింగర్ కూడా. సో ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ యువర్ బాడీ విల్ రిసీవ్ ఆక్సిజన్. Who will bring that oxygen? So blood is bringing the oxygen. From where? From lungs. Okay. So gases transport by blood. Okay. That is, even the carbon dioxide which is produced inside the cell will also be carried back by the blood to the lungs. Next, gases exchange at tissue level. Okay, gases exchange at tissue level. So what is this? So this is our lungs. Okay, these are our lungs. Okay, it's a rough diagram. So now this is our, suppose this is your hand. Okay, this is your hand. Now the blood from lungs is carrying, this is blood is carrying oxygen. Blood is carrying oxygen to a hand. So what happens? Here the cells will be present, no? So they will take the oxygen. So the cells will be taking the oxygen. The cells, I will draw large. The cells will take the oxygen, and whatever carbon dioxide present inside it will again give to the blood. So exchange will take place. The oxygen which has been brought by the blood will be taken by the tissue, that is cells. Okay, they will take the oxygen, and whatever the carbon dioxide present in them, they will give that to blood. Then again the blood will carry that carbon dioxide and give it to the lungs. Now from lungs by exhalation process we will exhale it to the atmosphere. That is gases exchange at tissue level. Means in between the blood and tissues gases exchange అవుతుంది. టిష్యూలో కార్బన్ డైఆక్సైడ్ ఉంది, అది బ్లడ్కి ఇచ్చేస్తాను, బ్లడ్లో ఉండే ఆక్సిజన్ టిష్యూ తీసుకుంటాను. సో గ్యాసెస్ ఎక్స్చేంజ్ at tissue level. Next, last is cellular respiration. Cellular respiration. Okay, what is cellular respiration? Now, ఇప్పుడు మన సెల్స్లోకి ఏమొచ్చింది? మన సెల్స్లోకి oxygen has came inside our cells. Now whatever the food molecules, that is glucose ఉంటుంది కదా cell లో, how the glucose came? By digestion. Food digest అయిపోయి simple molecules కింద break అయిపోయి బాడీలో it has absorb అయిపోయింది కదా, absorb అయిపోయి ఎలా ఉంది? గ్లూకోజ్ ఫామ్ లో ఉంది. Now cell from glucose energy should be liberated. From glucose ATP has to be generated. Energy needed for the cell. So by using what? Oxygen. So oxygen has came into the cell. Who brought? Blood brought. Blood brought the oxygen inside. Blood gave oxygen to the cell. Now by using the oxygen, whatever the glucose present in the cell is converted into energy, that is ATP. So that is what cellular respiration. Releasing energy from the food molecule, that is from the glucose by using oxygen is called as cellular respiration. You know the respiration. Respiration is oxidation of food molecules to release energy. So here in the presence of oxygen, glucose is breaking down into, glucose is converted into energy, that is respiration. As it is occurring inside the cell, so it is called as cellular respiration. Cell lopal jarugutadi kabatti cellular respiration anna. We will study each and every step. So we will study this cellular respiration still in detail afterwards. So as it is occurring, as the glucose, from where the glucose came by digestion process. So by digesting food, and after the food has been digested, it is absorbed into the cells in the form of glucose. So glucose is now present in the cell. So it needs oxygen to convert into ATP. So who brought oxygen? Blood brought oxygen. So now the cells will take the oxygen. It has glucose inside it. The glucose will convert into ATP, that is energy needed for the cell. That's what it is happening inside cell. That is why it is called as cellular respiration. Yes. So these are the events or steps in the respiration. Now one activity has been given for you regarding breathing. An activity has been given for you regarding breathing. We will see that activity. Okay, so lime water. So this activity you have already studied in your 7th class. So just to recall it, so to prove that exhalation gas, what we are exhaling is carbon dioxide. Exhalation is carbon dioxide. Exhalation is carbon dioxide. To prove that. Okay, we are exhaling carbon dioxide. How do you prove? By this experiment. So set up the apparatus. Take one tube, insert 2 nozzles. So this is our tube. So this is our nozzles. So insert 2 nozzles. Take 2 test tubes. Insert 2 nozzles into each one test tube. Okay. Take one tube. Attach 2 nozzles. Okay. Nozzles is nothing but it has openings. Okay, like this opening. Insert 2 nozzles on each side. Insert this one nozzle into one test tube and another nozzle into the another test tube. So in one test tube you are taking lime water. In another test tube you are taking water. Now put your mouth here. Put your mouth here and just exhale it. Like this. Exhale the air. Blow the air outside. You blow the air outside. So the air will travel like this, and it will go into here, and it will go into here. So what happens? The lime water will turns into milky. The lime water turns into milky. There is no change in the water. Just you can observe some bubbles. Only you can observe some bubbles. But if you blow air outside, but here lime water is changing into bubble like milky in color. Here you can observe only bubbles, but there is no change in the color of the water. Lime water changes into milky in the presence of carbon dioxide. Lime water changes into milky in the presence of carbon dioxide. So you can say that we are exhaling carbon dioxide. The exhalation air is nothing but carbon dioxide. Okay, the exhalation air is nothing but carbon dioxide. So this is about the breathing experiment. Okay. So which gas turns the lime water milky? It's nothing but carbon dioxide. Okay. So, yeah, one more question has been asked. If you take a mirror and if you blow the air on it, what you will observe? You will see some water droplets on it, and water droplets on it. Why that water droplets are formed? Why that water droplets are formed? Okay. Just think about it and tell me. Okay, I am asking, if you take a mirror and if you blow an air like this, some water droplets are formed on the mirror. Why does water droplets are formed? This is my question. So we will discuss it in my online section. So just think about that question. Okay. Now, our next topic is the pathway of air. The pathway of air. Pathway of air. Okay, this is the pathway. You have to draw in a straight, but there is no space, so I have drawn like this. But in your notebook, you have to write in this manner only, in this order only. Okay. So how does the air enters? So the air enters through our nostrils, that is through our nose. These are our nostrils. These are our nostrils. This and this is our. We have two nostrils. This one is our one nostril. Next one is our second nostril. Okay. So the air enters through nostrils, and From nostrils it enters into nasal cavity. This one is our nasal cavity. If you see, these are two nostrils. So these are nostrils, and this is nasal cavity. This is nasal cavity. Okay, this is nasal cavity. Clear? So this is our nostrils and these are the nasal cavity. So air enters first through nostrils, then it passes to the nasal cavity, then it passes to the pharynx. Pharynx, very important organ. And if you see here, actually, if you see like this, it is present somewhere here in the back side. So like this, if you see in dorsal view, it is present here in the pharynx. Or if you see, I will draw the diagram. So pharynx, if you see the respiratory tract, it is